Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Whitetail Survival. Tonight, I wanted to go over another survival kit that I picked up, and this one I actually picked up off of Zachary Fowler's website. If you don't know who he is, he did a season of Alone. He lasted like 87 days out there, but I just picked this up off his website. They have the best price on it on there. I paid $29.99 for this plus like $5 shipping, so for 35 bucks. Let's see what is inside of this. This is the PSK-1 by Go Prepared Survival. And seems like a pretty good little bag here. Mylar, thick, heavy duty. I'm guessing you could use this for water. Let's jump into this thing and we'll check it out real quick. All right, so here it is. As you can see, there's the contents right there. Made in the USA, it says. So let's tear this thing open. And it's sealed at the top, so we are going to have to find a notch here, or make a notch. Well, there, make our own little notch. Tear that open, as you can see. This is a Mylar bag, so you already have a water bag, and it is resealable with a zipper. So I'm guessing this would hold close to a liter. Start pulling some stuff out here. And as you can see, here is another water bag. This is going to be like a water filter kit. So there we have a bag here that would probably hold a liter, I would say. Here are two coffee filters. And these would work as a pre-filter. Then we have 10 water purification tablets. So that gives you 10 liters of water. Next thing, we have these fire plugs. There's 6 of them. And their own little bag here. You just fluff these up, hit them with a spark, and they'll light. And as you can see with these, if they get really hot, they will leak whatever that fuel is that they're put on there. But it's contained in the bag. Got 6 fires at least. You could probably split them in half. We have 4 thicker, heavy-duty zip ties. Lots of uses for them. So the next thing I see here is a speed hook. These are pretty neat. That's how you set it up. And this thing will fish for you. It sets itself. All you have to do is set it up. And inside of that is more detailed directions on how to set it. So that's pretty neat. Speed hook. And as you can see in the directions, here are the dehydrated baits. You just soak these. And there is your post. You just soak these things and they'll rehydrate up. And there is your fishing setup. It's basically a spring. And there you go. You can make this more sensitive And I don't really want to stick myself with this, but basically, when you pull down on that, yeah, I don't want to do this, but basically, when you pull down on that, it springs open. I had a good tight hold, so it didn't get my finger. But basically, you can see how this works. You can bend this for stronger or weaker. This hooks through this eyelet. This snap swivel works as the set. So when this is pulled down, when something grabs the hook, it pulls this out and this springs open. So these are pretty reliable way to catch some fish without you having to be there. You can set this thing, toss it out in the water with one of these dehydrated baits, and you're good to go. So that's a cool thing to see. A passive way to go fishing. Here's another swivel, bunch of fishing line and a rubber band too. You could actively fish with this, but I only see the one hook, so you could probably reset this up, I guess, if you needed heavier poundage. So some braided line there. So you seen me work this tool earlier, how this snaps open, but after reading the actual directions here, I figured out this is the casting line. So this would go on here, and then that's what you cast out. And this can be tied off to an anchor point. And the little rod in here, this is actually the adjuster. So that's hollow. And you can set this, as I said earlier, if you bend it in, it's going to make it harder to be set for larger fish. And if you bend it out, it's going to make it easier to set the hook to get that to spring back apart. So I just wanted to go over that real quick before I packed everything up. Let's move this down in the frame a little bit. Okay, the next thing, got Go Prepared Survival, ferrocerium rod, and a striker. And this side is folded over. It can be scraped off, and obviously throw some sparks real quick with that. And that along with this tinder, that is going to give you a source of fire here. Next thing here, we have a small first aid kit. Got some triple antibiotic ointment, 2 little packs of that. We got 2 antiseptic towelettes. Got a few of these little Steri-Strip style band-aids. 2 regular latex-free band-aids. 2 pain relief. These are acetaminophen, so Tylenol. Oh, these have a lot of stuff in them. Acetaminophen, aspirin, caffeine. So it's basically like a backache pill, I would say. A little tube of burn cream. And a sting relief pad. Move on to the next thing. Here we have a little supply kit. Here is a DermaSafe razor. I prefer these over just having a razor blade. At least you have a little handle there. The all-known button compass. Liquid filled. Here we have a good hank of cordage. The end melted off. There's a good bit here, all wrapped up around this little card. And this is probably 100-pound line, as you can see. Here we have a dog tag style signal mirror with an aiming hole and a lanyard hole if you wanted to put it on a lanyard or put it on a necklace. Well, as you can see, it's polished really nice. And I don't see anything else except for this. So basically, here is your shelter. With this in the cordage, as you've seen in my last video, you can make a relatively decent shelter with this. It's relatively warm out now, so if you had to, when it gets a little chillier, you could add more fluff around it, add more leaves, add more, pine boughs, whatever you needed to do to make the shelter a little bit more weatherproof. But for most of the year, this will suffice through a night, as long as you're careful with it. It's going to keep you warm, especially during the summer months. But other than that, I just wanted to go over this Go Prepared survival kit. Seems like a pretty good little kit. Definitely a good base to get started off of. You have a way to make water. You have a way to build a shelter here, plus some extra tools and components that you could use out in the field. Something to, a way to gather food. A little bit of first aid stuff. A way to make a fire. So it's a very good basic kit to start with. And this PSK-1, I'm not sure if they made more. I think I do remember seeing more stuff from this company. I'd have to get on their website, check it out. But as I said before, I got this off of the Fowler Makery and Mischief website. I was just on there surfing around, seeing what they had, and he had a handful of little kits on there that you could use, or that you could buy to go out and use. So if you'd like to see an outdoor test of this kit, let me know. Or if you'd like to see a test of any of the kits I've went over before, just let me know down in the comments section. Keep that algorithm going, so it really helps me out when you put a comment down there about anything. If you would like me to do anything else, just let me know down in the comments section. That's a really nice thing when we can have some conversations, maybe a little bit of debating going on down there. It happens almost every single video. But other than that, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will catch everybody on the next one.